Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing factoring trinomials. Let's get started. Alright, so trinomials is three terms. Okay? So suppose we have this right here. The first example. This is called trinomial because you have the x squared term, the x term, and then the constant term. So there's four types that we're going to be covering today. First is called n, if the n is a plus. Okay, so when we're talking about trinomials, notice the x term always come first. Okay, and then the second is gonna be your x, and then the constant with no x. So we call them a, b, and c is the coefficient, the number in front. Today we only going to be talking about whenever that the number in front of x squared is 1. So a equals 1. Okay, so all the example that you notice right here, there will be no number in front, and that's equivalent to 1. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to be looking at the last number, factor it, and try to find two numbers that multiply to give this 18. But add to give you the middle term, which is negative 11. Okay, so we're going to list out all the factors for 18. Factors mean two numbers that multiply to give you 18. Right, so we're gonna have 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, and the next one will be 6 times 3, but that will be a repeat, right? So we're gonna stop here and we're gonna check, okay, which pair is gonna give me 11 when I add. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be 2 and 9, but because they add to give you a negative, but they multiply to give you positive, so they both gonna have the same sign, which is negative right here, and we're gonna put the two numbers right here, 2 and 9. Oh, you may wonder what go right here, right? Of course, in order to make x squared, we need an x and an x. So x squared is the same as x times x. Therefore, we're gonna put x right here whenever that we have the first term is gonna be x times x, because x times x give you x squared, right? Then the next two term is negative 2 times negative 9, because negative 2 times negative 9 give you positive 18, but negative 2 add negative 9 will give you negative 11. So this is multiply, this is add. Okay, same rule apply for all trinomials, so including the next one that we're going to be talking right here. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply equals the last number, which is 18, but add to equals to the middle number, which is the b, right here, which is 11. Wow, coincidentally, we both have the same number, 11. So we can continue to use 2 and 9, right? Of course, you can list out all the factors if you want, but since they're the same number, so I'm just gonna pick 2 times 9. So let's check. 2 times 9 give you 18. Yes. And 2 plus 9, does it give you 11? Of course it does. So 2 and 9 go here. And since x squared is made up of x times x, we're gonna have x plus 2 times x plus 9. Again, x times x give you x squared. 2 plus 9 give you 11. Positive 2 times positive 9 give you positive 18. Alright, so this is the case when it's positive on the last term, on C. Next, let's take a look at whenever it's negative. Okay, we're gonna have three terms again. x squared minus 2x minus 15. And the other side we have x squared plus 2x minus 15. So the rule go like this. Again, we're looking at the last term, which is 15. We gotta write out all the factors of 15, meaning two pairs of numbers that multiply to give 15. 1 times 15 is not divisible by 2, so we jump to 3. 3 times 5 will give you 15. Yes. And here we're looking at, okay, so I can add those two. This one will give you 16. This one will give you 8. However, because this is a 2 in the middle, we cannot add them. We gotta find something that have a difference of 2. Okay, how we know that's a difference? Well, because right here is negative. In order to have a negative as a product, you have to have one positive and one negative number. So which pair will give you a difference of 2 here? I hope you say 3 and 5 because that is the correct answer. Yes, 3 and 5. So I'm gonna put 3 and 5 as the final answer right here, right? But because this is more negative, the 2 right here is negative 2, so I'm gonna give the negative to the larger value, right? So here is gonna be x minus 5, and here is gonna be plus 3. One is negative, the other one is positive, so that when you multiply positive 3, negative 5, you get negative 15. But when you add 3 and negative 5, then you're gonna have negative 2. Okay, so that's how is the rule looks. So notice the same sign right here. We go to the bigger factor. Bigger factor. All right, the same rule apply when it comes to the plus in the middle. I hope that you can see this. Let me write them a little bit darker. This is x squared plus 2x minus 15. The minus right here means one have to be positive, the other one is negative. Okay, two numbers we're looking for that have a sum or difference of 2. Okay, because 15 is being used right here, so I'm gonna use the same factors. Okay, so here I'm going to have 3 and 5. They both have a when you multiply 3 and 5, you're gonna get 15. However, they're gonna be, one of them is gonna be negative, one of them is positive. Well, based on the rule, when you add the two numbers, you need to get positive 2, which means the positive is more, right? So I'm gonna give the positive to 5 and the negative to 3. Okay, positive number, negative number here. So as you can see, the green indicates wherever the bigger factor goes. The bigger factor here is 5. Now, if you add negative 3 plus 5, you're gonna get positive 2, which is the middle term that we want. And when you multiply negative 3 times 5, then you're gonna have negative 15. So they both works out as long as the pair have the correct sign, okay? Next, we're gonna be taking a look at 4 different examples. So here we are. Let's do some practice. First example we have is x squared plus 9x plus 20. So let's find two numbers that multiply to give you 20, but add to give 9. So 20, it's gonna be 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. And 5 times 4 repeat, so we stop here, okay? Well, they have to add up to give you the middle term, which is 9. So we're gonna have right here, it's gonna be x, they both plus, so they both have the sign is plus plus. Okay, 4 times 5 will give you 20, and 4 plus 5 will give you 9. So the 4 and the 5 are the two factors that we're looking for. Okay, next, take a look at the second example. This is say x squared minus 14, x plus 45. So since the sign right here is positive, mean they both have the same sign like the middle. Okay, they both, when they add, they're gonna give you a negative number. So 45, what are some factor of 45? Well, we have 1, 45, 3 and 15, 5, 9. Okay, so within these pair, who is gonna add up to give you 14? Of course, it's gonna be 5, 9, right? So we're gonna put x and x from the beginning, because when you multiply, you get x squared. Then we're gonna put the pair that we found right here. Okay, 5 and 9. X minus 5 times x minus 9. This is called the factor form of this trinomials. Okay, similarly, we're gonna finish up the last two example. Here we have x squared minus x minus 20. Oh, there's no number right here. There's no number. We know that this, whenever it's no number, they have a difference of 1. Okay, so focus on the last number. We're gonna make a table for 20. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and 4 times 5. Just like the first example that we had. And then, since this is the negative, they're gonna have 1 positive, 1 negative. Okay, and we always start off with x, because when you multiply, you get x squared, of course. Now you need to find two numbers that multiply to give you 20, but when you add them, you get negative 1. So the negative number